So the funniest man on earth finally made another move and made his intentions clear when it comes to what he wants to accomplish with his currently, as it stands, 9.2% stake in Twitter. Well, he just kind of wants to take it all over. That's why he didn't want to accept the board position earlier in the week. Are we still doing all of this? Has this all been developing over the course of a week? It's been fucking crazy. But with all of that said, yeah, he wants to unlock the potential for free speech on the platform, which, let's be fair, okay? Let's play this out, okay? He ends up taking over the company. What would you have to do? It's kind of like a Hydra, really, because if he doesn't clean out everybody that's there, it would just be chopping the head off the damn thing, and then 3 more would fucking pop up, and he'd be no further ahead, okay? But again, this is something else that was confirmed at the same time. He doesn't give a fuck about turning any profit on this. He has plenty of other business ventures, okay, that'll ensure his cash flow. He's not hard up for money, okay? So this is just his little vanity project where it's like, oh, maybe I could just kind of reform this fucking failing platform and maybe I could do something good with it. And like he says, unlock its potential. Okay, because it's very, very, very full of potential. It's ingrained in all of popular culture, okay? Twitter, you have the little handles underneath everybody's banner on every single fucking platform, okay? Whether it's YouTube podcast or it's a fucking mainstream media outlet, you have your handle, you have your, my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my Twitter handle. This is the one opportunity, or maybe even the one venture where if somebody were to come in and clean the entire place out, and then use the existing infrastructure that's there, it can be reformed and it can be used for an overall good, okay? Do I think that's possible? Yes, of course. Elon Musk has done several impossible things. Do I think it's likely? I don't really know. Do I think it's probable? That's a lot of fucking work, okay? But he's making his move. So, it's in the hands of everybody else. I don't think it's likely, though. I don't think it's likely that they're going to take him up on this, but it's a fairly generous offer, and it's also a pretty memey offer. Elon Musk has made an offer to buy 100% of Twitter for around $43 billion. That's a single purchase that's, by the way, more than the net worth of the world's richest woman, Mackenzie Bezos. By the way, she only has $33 billion. Ain't that a fucking bitch? According to a regulatory filing with the tech mogul saying, tech mogul? I guess electric cars are technology-ish, but that's a strange way of putting it. Saying he wants to actualize the company's extraordinary potential to become a true platform for free speech. I couldn't agree more, okay? In the previous couple of videos I've outlined why, but here's the long and short of it. Practically every worldly official is on the platform. It should be free speech, world free speech, town square. Get the fuck out of the user's way. Musk offered to buy out Twitter for, here's the first of many memes of the day, $54.20. What do you see there? $5. Remove the 50 off of it. Yep. Per share in cash, according to a letter addressed to Twitter chairman Brett Taylor, attached as an exhibit to the filing for the SEC on April 14th. Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it. I hope so. It would take a lot of house cleaning, and hey man, more power to him. The move amounts to an offer to transform Twitter into a private company, effectively giving Musk control of how it's run. Which, even if this just ends up being a catastrophic disaster and it kills off Twitter, I don't see it being a downside one way or another, if we're being fair about this. Musk has in the past questioned Twitter's commitment to free speech. Yes, and recently bought up nearly 10% of the company, sparking speculation as to what he wanted to do and what he wants out of his investment. Twitter has repeatedly denied claims of censoring some minority and politically conservative viewpoints. You can deny it all you want. We've got the receipts. I invested in Twitter as I believe in the potential to be a platform for free speech around the globe, and I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy. No lies detected so far. After purchasing a 9.2% stake in Twitter, it made him the biggest individual shareholder. He was offered a seat on the company, but then later turned it down a couple of days later after saying that he would take it and that the CEO was excited to work with him, and then all of a sudden they weren't excited to work with him, and now he wants to buy the place. Declining the board seat fueled speculation whether Musk had plans to launch a hostile takeover of Twitter. Doesn't look too hostile now. It's kind of like, here's my terms and conditions. If you want to take them, go for it. He could also go about this a totally different way by just continuing to buy more people's assets over and over, eventually becoming the minority or the majority stakeholder, but that would take a minute. Musk has repeatedly called Twitter's commitment to free speech into question. What are we just recycling the same points over and over again? Posting on Twitter to his 80 million plus followers on March 25th, Musk wrote that free speech is essential to a functioning democracy and asked his followers whether they believe that Twitter rigorously adheres to the principle. Over 2 million Twitter's users weighed in, with 70% saying, yeah, obviously not. Earlier news of Musk's greater involvement in Twitter included his potential ascension to a board member, which was met with calls from conservatives to get him to chart a new course for the company. Monica Crowley, former Assistant Secretary of the Treasury under Trump, said in a tweet, now that Elon Musk is Twitter's largest shareholder, he should demand the end of political censorship, company-wide reform, and reinstatement of the president on the platform. And it's like, obviously, because again, he didn't do anything wrong, and he was a sitting fucking president at the time. And who else is still banned off of Twitter? Tucker Carlson, I'm pretty sure about that. Marjorie Taylor Greene, her crazy asses. But as for Democrats on the platform that have been taken off, yeah, exactly. There you go. And just case points. Oh, but what they said broke the terms of service. All you need to do is just do a cursory troll of how much fucking child porn is on the platform and how many calls for actual violence happen on a daily basis to literally any Trump supporter. Okay? So the whole terms and service breach it doesn't really fucking hold too much water. Like he says here, needs to be transformed. Musk's letter to Taylor makes it clear he's looking to press some kind of free speech shakeup at Twitter. Since making my investment, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve this societal impairment. Impairment. I didn't mispronounce that. In its current form, Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company, Musk said, referring to the societal imperative of free speech. He said he was offering to buy 100% of Twitter shares for $54.20 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and a 38% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. Seems pretty fair, because his investment was the first bump for the platform in a very long time. And honestly, I'm incredibly skeptical as to whether or not they're going to take this. They probably should, though, because stocks probably won't be any higher than that. And if his proposition is just flatly turned down and further negotiations aren't accomplished, this really could be the beginning of the end for Twitter, okay? It's not all doom and gloom quite yet, but this is going to be the most hype that the platform's going to have for a while, and then if they lose Elon Musk and he decides to take his business elsewhere, who else is going to swoop in and be just crazy enough to try to resuscitate this fucking nonsense, okay? Somebody on the left? You guys already own the fucking platform, okay? Does it become, gobbled up by the government? There's a whole bunch of other ways that this could go, but this is going to be the most financially relevant the company at a business perspective is going to be for the foreseeable future. My offer is my best and final offer, and if not accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. Yeah, it's there, okay? Sure, they could negotiate some price one way or another, but yeah, no, if he pulls out of this, okay, and that's some less famous, smaller user on the platform, because we went through that top 10 list, and outside of one other person on that list, it's just all basically the top 10 users. It's just advertisement and Barack Obama. Cool. Wonderful. People who don't actually use the platform and then just use it to, hey, click on my new music video. At the time of reporting, Twitter shares were up nearly 7% in pre-market trading. So I don't know, maybe the shareholders in the stock market are feeling optimistic about a potential privatization of the platform. I think it would be an overall benefit, right? But the only people who are very, very upset about this are probably those gender studies grads that are currently in positions of power at Twitter, because if Elon comes in and takes over, he's going to make that an efficient fucking place, and those land whales that are there, ooh, they aren't going to have positions much longer. Ooh, I would love to see it. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be wonderful to see. Twitter HQ meltdown. Internet pokes fun at employees over Musk takeover. Yep. We're going to go through some memes before we close this out. Twitter employees who were reportedly apoplectic about the prospect of Elon Musk taking over the company got targeted in scathing memes as users poked fun at their plight. Memes depicting panic, dread, doom, and gloom were posted all over Twitter HQ. It was trending all morning following the SEC filing, indicating Musk's $41 billion all-cash offer for the company. Just imagine being like, yeah, I got 41 billion liquid dollars I could just throw down to purchase this fucking joint. You want it? Because you got it. The famous "This Is Fine" meme, including the comic book dog, yes, with fire from the Morning Brew Twitter HQ right now. And then you have Pratek Pudul, I don't know who that is. I don't know what, oh, from The Office. Oh yeah, everybody's fine, stay fucking calm. Oh yeah, and then you got the critical drinker here, obviously. Good dude, great content. Somebody standing outside screaming into the air, totally makes sense, doesn't it? And then a visual representation of what the day of the purchase would eventually look like. Or an artist's representation of it. But then probably my favorite, Twitter HQ right now. And then the old Obama administration outside when President Trump was rolling up to meet with Barack Obama the first time. You got Valerie Jarrett, you got Jen Psaki before or after she got that pink comrade hat. Not entirely sure about that, but yep, no, there's a lot of sad faces at Twitter HQ right now because you know, goddammit, that they'd really have to straighten up and fly right if they wanted to keep their jobs there. But like I said, just fucking burn the place down and, I don't know, build up a new place right next to your new headquarters in Austin for Twitter, right next to the Tesla factory. Or, you know what, hey, maybe just reassign the Twitter employees to work at SpaceX, okay, and use them as cargo for the next rocket launch towards the fucking sun. That would be nice. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.